Hello, everybody. Lovely to see you all today. Where I am today, it is sunny, it is bright, it is beautiful. What is the day like for you? I would be interested to see. Today, I wanted to talk about a super important topic, and this topic comes out because I observe so many people talking about self-love, which is a fantastic topic to talk about. However, the issue with talking about self-love all the time is that people don't really talk about the opposite of self-love. And if you think of the opposite of self-love, we have self-loathing. Now, self loathing is experienced by many of us when we look in the mirror and we say things to ourselves like, I'm ugly, I'm fat, I'm dumb. Any of that internal dialogue that we have about ourselves, where we are effectively insulting ourselves, is self loathing. Now, the thing is, it is really difficult, I would argue impossible, to go from self loathing to self love. There's a couple of steps in between that we need to be super aware about that are important in our journey. That if you're in a place where you are self-loathing, and the extreme of self-loathing is wanting to commit suicide, that when someone is in that place where that's what they want to do, they no longer have any positive regard left for themselves and they are truly in self-loathing. So this idea of self-loathing requires us then to go to self-acceptance as a first step. Once we are able to accept who we are, then what happens is we're able to feel a bit of compassion about who we are. So if we go from self-loathing, we can go to acceptance, self-acceptance, and then self-compassion, and then self-love. But if we are asked to jump from self-loathing to self-love, all we ever feel like we're doing is having nice bubble baths and doing nice things for ourselves, but it doesn't change the essence of how we feel about who we are on a daily basis. So, if you are relating to this, I want you to really think about your world. Firstly, I want you to think about, how are you talking to yourself? What messages are you giving to yourself? What is the theme that you are communicating to yourself on a daily basis? When no one else is listening to your thoughts except for you, what are you saying to you? Because it's in this piece of communication that you will truly know whether you are in self loathing, self acceptance, self compassion, or whether you're moving towards self love. If you are moving to self love in the most genuine sense of that, then your internal dialogue is going to be much more compassionate. You're going to be saying things when you look in the mirror like, I'm amazing, I'm incredible, I'm humble, I am talented. You're going to be saying a series of messaging to yourself in the mirror that is very, very different if you're in self love in comparison to what it is in self loathing. For many of us, we are not honest about our internal dialogue. And for most people, the kind of messages that we send ourselves, we would never send those messages to another living human. We would never out loud say those things to another living human. We would never even deem to think it's necessary to speak like that to another human. And yet we have this tolerance about speaking to ourselves in a self loathing kind of manner. So I would really encourage you today to think about where you are on that self spectrum. Are you in self loathing? Are you in self acceptance? Are you in self compassion? Or are you in self love? And keep in mind, it is possible to shift along that spectrum. There is work that you can do, there is inward reflections that you can do that will help you shift along that spectrum. If you are in self loathing, you do not need to be there forever. It's currently a choice you're making, so you can make another choice that is different to that. You are empowered to change your circumstances, and you are very empowered to change the way that you choose to speak to you. If you are interested in your mindset and how to better communicate with yourself, you'll be interested in our mindset certification that's coming up on the 2nd of September. It's in Newcastle from 9 o'clock till 2 o'clock, and it's a whole day's workshop on how you are speaking to yourself. And what we do is we can measure your self-talk and measure your mindset, and then we can look at a series of coaching or training or intervention, and we remeasure at the end of that. So we can very specifically see exactly what the change in your self-talk has been. If you're interested in this, then the link's here in the video. We would love to see you and come along to our mindset certification. Have a fantastic day and head towards self-acceptance, self-compassion, and self-love. Thanks.